Hey guys, it's me, Monkey. Today we're going to talk about Bless Online and all the news around it that has been released in the past couple of days. I took some time to just digest things, soak things in, take in comments, and I have a few things to say. So stick around and we'll get right into it.
I'ma be your love when the fire burns, when the blessed time. I'ma be your love, I'ma be your love.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try to make this as structured as possible while still trying to get across who exactly I am, what I'm about, and also try not to offend anyone in the process, right? I've been playing video games since I could remember, since the Atari era. Disclaimer, I'm 33 years old. I'm an old guy. I've been playing video games since before I could remember. I went through Nintendo, all of Sega, all of Nintendo 64. And it wasn't until I got my PlayStation that I started crossing over to PC games. Back then, there wasn't a lot. I know Guild Wars was doing a campaign. I landed on Final Fantasy XI Online, and that's when I discovered that MMOs could change my life pretty much. I got a ton of friends online. I completely wasted a summer, and it was PC gaming for me for the most part, up until now. So I've played a plethora of games. I've even written, believe it or not, my retarded tail has written articles on MMOs and had deep discussions on many community forums about MMOs and PC gaming in general. I've played Mabinogi. I was in G1 of Mabinogi. I played Ragnarok. I've played Solstice Online. I don't know if you guys remember that. I've played Furcadia. I did Dragon Code in Furcadia and had a blast. It was a ton of games, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably won't know, but the few of you that do will appreciate Endless Online and little niche games that you'd have to really search for them. It wasn't until, I don't know, a little bit later in my years that you start seeing companies pop up, right? So you have the Nexons, the Tryon, the publishing companies. What they would do is they would take the content from Korea and they would republish it. A lot of times this was met with frustration because when you submitted a ticket, you'd have to wait like a couple of weeks, and then who knows if the problem that you had would be directly fixed. I know that I remember when we were first playing Vindictus, and they had the coin system where if you ran out of coins, you couldn't play anymore. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but there was this big uproar. And even when there was a big uproar, because it was a company handling the game for another company, it took a long time before change was made. But change was finally made. That being said, I am very passionate when it comes to my MMOs because I've been playing them. It's where I meet my friends. It's where I live my online life. And I hate that I'm so passionate because, yeah, it comes off as me being overly aggressive. It comes off as me kind of throwing away potential friendships because I'm so stuck on a point. But usually when I'm stuck on a point, when I'm fighting for something, it's because I love that thing and I don't want to see it crumble. Also, whenever I fight for something, I realize at the end of the day, and people have to come back to me, like, it's for a reason, like it ends up being something that is actually messed up. And you will see 9 times out of 10, if the company wants to continue, that they'll kind of backpedal. So again, this is me. I just got home from a long day of work and I'm exhausted, but I feel like with all the changes that I'm seeing, this is why I was quiet for a couple of days. I wanted to soak in information about the game, see if they would change what they originally put out there, because what they put out there, to be honest, wasn't that much information. And we still don't have that much information. Like with the press releases and everything they put out, I still have a ton of questions. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about that. I wanted to go through it. Before we do this though, I wanted to scroll through some of the comments because it really it hurt me. And I know, they say in YouTube, ignore the comments. There's a ton of trolls, but I feel like whenever I meet somebody, whenever they meet me for the first time, I want them to know who I am and what I'm about. I want them to know about the community because I've been running the community since 2007. We've been playing video games together, and I'm sure we're not a toxic community at all. So, I mean, who knows? I could just be surrounding myself with like-minded people, and I've been in a bubble, but I'm pretty sure we're a pack of awesome people. So for me to come out and just, because I don't do YouTube really, and express my concern and get hit with this really mixed criticism, it's kind of like, what are you guys not seeing that I'm seeing, or what am I not seeing that you guys are seeing? You know what I mean? So the existence of a $200 pack isn't a problem. There isn't really anything to be butthurt over. However, they changed it, right? They went back on that. They changed it from $200 to $150, right in line with ArcAge, because ArcAge had a Founders Pack that was $150 that I paid for. I have a Founders Pack when ArcAge first came out, and I played. And those are the best times, actually. If you guys were on any of the alpha servers before it went to beta servers and before it went to open beta. Before the patch 1 was released, that game was the best game I ever played, to be honest. So yeah, there's nothing to be butthurt over apparently, but the company went ahead and changed that. I love that there's a lot of people agreeing, but I also love when there's direct criticism towards me. Like when there's rebuttals, I love it because I want to have a legitimate debate on this topic, because there's some serious concerns, right? With the information that was released on the Bless Online site, let's go over to the news. They kind of like released a Q&A and released a lot of information about the pet skins look amazing, the mount skins look amazing, I love it. But also they released a lot of information about like what they're gonna have in their cash shop, or a little bit of what they're gonna have in their cash shop, and it's kind of concerning, right? So you have the PvP prevention pot. I saw it while I was playing on the Japanese version, where you can buy it from the vendor, and you can stop PvP from affecting your life. I don't necessarily have a problem with this type of thing. I wish it was an ArcAge, because ArcAge, people would camp you, right? They would camp you all day long, stop your progression, and you kind of would just like rage quit and want to just leave the server, or leave the game and just come back later. That's how hard they would camp you. It's a tactic. It's actually a tactic to stop the other side from progressing, so that your side can progress faster, get the better gear, this, that, and the third. That's a legitimate tactic. So to have this in the game is amazing. Where I have the problem with this is that it continues past leveling, and I don't agree with that. That needs to change for me to even consider playing this. I hate throwing myself in front of this, like, if you don't do this, I'm not gonna play. But it's something I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna put myself in this situation. So if they have PvP prevention tools or pots that you can buy for in-game Lumena, which is money, with real money, to stop from PvP, my question then is, why don't you explain exactly what you can and can't do with this pot? Like, this needs to be something that needs to be explained in way more detail because it's a convenience item. Okay. And I'm sorry, convenience items, they poke holes in the gameplay, as someone else I was watching on YouTube said. And I completely 100% agree with. They poke holes in the gameplay. Like, what exactly can you do, and what can you not do with a PvP prevention item? Can you still farm mobs? And if you can farm mobs, are you still making money off said mobs? Because that's going to bring in bots like crazy. Are you going to be able to help defend your group in PvP? Will you be able to buff your friends while still remaining immune to PvP yourself? So are we going to see healers with the like always on PvP prevention while still buffing the party members with, you know what I mean? Like there's no this is what this pot can do exactly. And I really think that needs to be a thing, because this potentially could break the game, in my opinion. If you don't think so, I would love to hear your side of things down in the comments. They went ahead and they did, what was it, a 30% drop in the $200, the highest package you can get. So it's in line with the Arcade right now. It's $150, which I think is amazing. That makes me happy. It didn't need to be $200, and I believe you got way more with the Arcade pack. You got a founder's title and a bunch of skins. No, actually, no. If I remember correctly, you got a skin, you got a glider skin, you got the founder's title that had a buff. The founder's title actually had a buff on it. None of these things have buffs on them. And that was about it. And even the buffs that you got from Arcade didn't really affect gameplay at all. It was a non-thing when everyone reached the end game, because it was all about the gear grind. Anywho, there's also a convenience item that's going to be in the cash shop, or I'm sorry, in the premium service, that's going to allow you to make more money, like just straight up make more money. So I don't know the importance of in-game gold or Lumena at this point, to be honest, because I don't know exactly what the convenience, all the convenience items are, which you're going to be able to get your hands on, and also the conversion rate between the in-game gold and the Lumena, because you can grind, you can do events and everything like that in game to get Lumena. Like in-game gold will convert into Lumena or something of that nature. So that's cool. I'm happy that they have that where everyone has the ability to reach their hands in the cash shop. You don't necessarily have to throw money at the screen, but if you are a premium member, you're gonna have access to a ton of Lumena, which is gonna make it more consistent for you to reach your hands in and grab PvP prevention items and convenience items, as opposed to someone who's grinding. And you know, in MMOs, especially Korean MMOs, time is money. So it all depends on how much time you're going to be able to invest in the game. A lot of us work 9-to-5 jobs. We work 40-hour weeks. We play when we get home, and that's if we're alone. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I have a family, I have a wife and kids. Like I have to prioritize time between streaming, between, you know, family time, and then I have to get some of that game, that good lovely game in before I can consider you know what I mean? Like, and it's limited, right? So I'm not gonna be the top PvPer. I'm not gonna be chasing any of that. If anything, I'm more of a hopeful PvPer / Care Bear with the time I have to invest in games. That being said, like I don't know how hard you're gonna have to grind in order to get your hands on the in-game money. So that I can't even say whether that's going to be beneficial to me or not. But I do know if you're paying for the premium service, you don't even need to worry about that. You're just going to get a ton of Lumena, and you're going to be able to get your hands on everything that's in the cash shop whenever you feel like it. So that being said, I really need to know what the PvP prevention item does, because that could potentially be pay to win in and of its own right. There's not going to be any trading in the game. You're going to have a heavy focus on market economy simulators like in Guild Wars 2 or any other MMO I've ever played. I even know some guys who are just really gifted at playing the market. So if you're premium, you get five more items that you can register on the market. That's game breaking. The fact that people log on and all they do is just play the market all day long. I can't do it. I don't know how to sell low, buy high. It confuses the hell out of me. I just leave that to other people to do in the guild, and I just focus on gearing up. But if you're able, right, to put more stuff on the market, which means you're making more money than the person who's playing free that's putting stuff on the market, because you're able to put more stuff on the market. That's concerning. That's not as crazy as a PvP prevention item in my opinion, but you're still making you're little so what you're doing is you're paying for time, right? So the amount of time it takes to sell an item, and you're able to put more on there, which means it takes you less time, because you're a premium member, to sell off your wares than it does a free member. So you're going to be progressing through the game. If you're someone who does economy manipulation, you're going to be progressing through the game a hell of a lot faster than someone who is free to play and that's it. They can't put money towards the game. So I've heard this argument before where they're just like, well, if you like the content, then why not support the developers? Right? I completely understand that. Completely. It's just the way they're going about monetizing the game and the little bit of information that we're given, it's concerning. It's like, how do you release a press conference? How do you release a document that outlines everything you want to do, and it raises more questions than it answers? Like this sounds like me harping on the company, but I am completely impressed with their ability to look at what's going on, take that into account, and then make changes so close to release. Like, that's not something that's small, okay? Because when you go, okay, this is what it is, and then you go, well, you know what? They're not happy. Let's change it. You're going to get a lot of people going, well, what the fuck? Why was it even 200 to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, why were we about to pay 200 if it was just so easy for you to drop it down to 150? Like, you have people that are like that. So I give them 100% kudos for just taking that leap of faith with the community and working with the community to see what they want in the game and coming to a middle road, right? I just wish that there was more information on the table for those that are like me and they don't just jump into the next MMO. Because you're jumping into something that you're going to invest your time into, you're going to bring your community into, and you're going to want, like, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to spend like crazy. I know I am. Because you want to get your friends things, you want to have cool things, to enjoy the world. This is an argument I've been having for like the past week with my community. You're going to want to have cosmetics and items because it enhances the gameplay. It's just as important as gameplay, in my opinion, because you're living your little avatar life in an MMO. But I mean, you could tell me otherwise down in the comments below. You can gift copy the game in the pack, which is like $30, and then $30. So you get a pack. But from what I'm hearing is, when you give them the code to the game, that extra game you have, they don't have access to Head Start. Why is that? Why is that a thing? Because when you're buying a pack and you're getting an extra game, you're only buying that so you can play with your friends. Why don't they have access to Head Start? That's so weird to me. All that tells me is that you want to maximize profit by denying them Head Start in hopes that they would buy a $150 pack. So you want to get as many $150 packs as you possibly can. I get it. You want to make money, right on. But I'm pretty sure they're not going to come out and just say that. But that's what that's telling me right there. The only reason for you to not allow that gift copy to not be in Head Start is because you're hoping that the people that do want to be in Head Start and want to have access to Head Start with their friends are going to buy the pack that has it, Head Start, which I'm pretty sure what they all do, right? Even the $30 pack, but still they want your money. So no free ride. I want to know a question, and it's a serious question. Is the fact that they change things, is it uplifting or is it concerning? Does it tell you that this game is going to be something, or do you find it kind of alarming that they're just like stepping back and backpedaling? I really want to know the answer to this. I want you guys to let me know in the comments below what you feel about this, because all I can do is be real to you guys, be real to my community, and be real to myself, because literally that's all I know how to do. I try not to feed the hate, and I really try not to feed the drama, but it's really hard when people take direct shots through you without like indirectly, right? Like, it's really hard to maintain my composure, because I know what kind of person I am. Like, I'm a gamer, my dude. Like, that's all I care about. That's all I care about is the game. I could care less about the pitter patter. It's what. Hey guys, if you made it this far, make sure to hit that like button, and if you just disagree with the content, obviously hit that dislike button. You can check out all my affiliate links down below in the description, as well as a link to my Twitter account where I'm always at, or on Twitch where you can find me streaming throughout the week. Also, there's a link to the Discord if you would like to join the Discord community and further the conversation into Bless Online and why or why not we should be making the move into this new MMO or waiting for other MMOs to come around. Regardless, I appreciate all of you guys' comments. I appreciate you guys engaging in this discussion and making changes, because to be honest, let's be honest, we made changes. The people that came out and voiced their opinions, the people that came out and voiced their concerns, ultimately changed the mind of the company, which led to a lower top tier founders pack, as well as some things being removed, like premium service, which was just weird, the premium customer service. So thank you guys for all your effort. Thank you guys for the positive and the negative comments, because it made me research, or made me check myself, and it's ultimately making me a better YouTuber. So thank you guys, I appreciate your help, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.